I'm Victoria. I'm Vanessa. Yeah, it's okay if you can't tell us apart. I guess we would call it Twingineering. Yeah.
Three,
Okay.
2, 1.
One.
Welcome back to episode 31 of Twingineering. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Um, Vanessa and I created this podcast to be a resource for Latinas and other first generation minorities in engineering by providing advice, knowledge, testimonies, um, ours and then others as well. But we've also had the opportunity to bring on some guests on our podcast, because Vanessa and I can only share so much about what the engineering experience is like. So today we do have a special guest with us. Alma, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Alma Meili. I'm a junior mechanical engineering student at Cornell University.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Um, Vanessa and I really appreciate it. So before we go into today's theme and talking a little bit more about what Alma is involved in, we'll start off with some weekly highs and lows. So we'll start off with the lows first. Vanessa, do you wanna start?
Yes. So sorry you can't see my face today. I could not figure out this camera in time, but yeah, so we'll start off with the lows first. Honestly, this is it. This is my 13th reason. No, I'm just kidding. But a few weeks ago, like I was driving back home and it was like really windy and there was like something that hit my car. I'm sorry. That sounds dramatic. Something hit the windshield of my car. And usually it's like a bug, right? Or like you hear something hit it and then it's like nothing. And then like I saw that it left like a small crack and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. But yeah, so the crack is still there. I haven't dealt with this problem, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, you're
Uh, huh?
I said you're low now.
Oh, okay, yeah. For me, I think this happened like this week. It might have been like exactly a week ago. But I was trying to make a smoothie and then like I was trying to grab some blueberries out of the frozen blueberry bag, but I was trying to like open it a little bit more. And so when I was like opening it, I like knocked the blender down and the lid was not on. So everything spilled like all over my stove and I was like, I almost cried. I was like, why, Anyways, and then I like cleaned it up and I was like, okay, no worries, like it's just a spill. So then I like grabbed more ingredients to make it, and then the second time I tried, I started the blender without the cap on. And then I was like, oh, like why do I keep doing this to myself, you know? Nobody else but me is in this room. So then I had to take like a moment of silence or just like, to center myself again. And then and then I eventually made the smoothie, but I would say that was like my weekly low. Yeah. Alma, do you have one?
Yeah, I think mine was yesterday. I like spent like an hour and a half cleaning my bathroom. So that wasn't enjoyable. And um we have really bad like ventilation in our bathroom. So I'm like there and like I turned on the fan, but I'm like spraying chemicals everywhere and then like at one point it just gets to me and like I can feel it in my lungs. So I just start like coughing. And that's like never happened to me before. Like I've cleaned with like chemicals before, but like I literally felt like I could feel myself inhaling it. So I was like coughing while also like grabbing the bathroom door and like like fanning it like in and out. And I was like, am I gonna die here? That was that was scary, but yeah.
Like, this
Yeah, I
can't
think
be my last moment in a bathroom clean.
yeah. I was gonna say that'd be like insane, like last story, just like you tried so hard to clean the bathroom, you know.
Oh my God.
Um, so we'll move on to weekly highs, um, get the some
Vibes
more
up.
positive vibes. Yeah. Vanessa, do you want to start?
Yeah. I was gonna like talk about my hair, but you can't even see it. So, another one is it wasn't this week, but I think since the last time we had the podcast, it's been a while, but we went to Texas for the ELU conference, which is International Latino Engineer Week. And that was like our first time in Texas. I mean, I've been in the airport, but like outside and actually explored. So it was a good time. It was a good community, good vibe. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So yes, that was
Yeah.
my hobby.
It was also, I think, Vanessa, your first time in Texas.
Oh, you've been?
Well, I've been to Houston, but it was for work, so I don't know if you would count that. Yeah. Anyways.
Well.
I would say my weekly high was I this happened yesterday, so I was like walking home and then I stopped at Home Goods because I needed like a stool and I was like, oh maybe I'll find one. And I found one that is like it's orange and it's like shaped like an orange. Like it's kind of like it looks more like a drum, but then the top is like painted like an orange or like a tangerine, whatever that is.
Like a Swiss.
Um Yeah, it's like super cute. So I'm glad I found it. I was like really happy with that purchase. And it was on clearance. So yeah.
Nice.
Alma, what about you?
So this weekend was Halloween, so on Friday I dressed up as Raven from Teen Titans because I
Mm.
have purple hair.
Yeah.
Um, and I helped my boyfriend dress up as Beast Boy and we like painted his face green. And then after we dressed up, we went trick-or-treating, but it was so sad because it was like already 8 p.m. when we started trick-or-treating
Mm.
and it was like cold and raining. So there was nobody out and I was so sad. Like I forgot that kids like trick-or-treat at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So um, so yeah, it was like dead silent. But we passed by this one house where this guy was standing out and he had his cat on the porch. So we like
Oh.
the cat and that was really cute. But it was my first time trick-or-treating again since I was like a little kid. But it was really fun.
Hmm. Well, that's good to hear. I feel like, yeah, I just like don't participate because it's also died down. So I'm like, that's okay.
Did you get like a lot of candy? Like, were there a good amount of people or just not at all?
Some people had their bowls out like with candy, so I did, and I was like, no one else is gonna really come, so I took a couple pieces, and then when we were leaving, I was gonna like take a little more, but I think there were some kids out that were just like sh like taking the bowls and dumping them into their bags, so we didn't get. I was like, maybe we should have done that earlier.
But you're like, oh no, other people want the candy, and then they're like, I want the candy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at least you got some.
yeah. I got a lot of Kit Kats. That's my favorite.
Oh my God, I love Kit Kats too. I don't know,
Yeah.
they're just like a good texture. Um, okay, I think we're good to move on to the next topic.
So now we'll move on to something new that we either learned in our current role or something new that we tried, whether that's like an activity, food, whatever we want to share. I'll start first. So last week I went to this place in Oak Glen. Every time I say it, people think I'm saying Oakland, but it's Oak Glen. where you can go and pick apples, and then also like press them yourself. So that's what I did. It was my first time ever like pressing apples to make apple cider. And it actually came out pretty good. I still have like one bottle left. It came in a gallon and then I just like poured it into different bottles to like separate it. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I did it in the afternoon though, so like the sun was like hitting me and I was like sweating in my outfit. But other than that, like I would recommend, going and trying it out. Vanessa.
Yeah, for me, I tried dates for the first time, I think like last week. And I feel like I was always intimidated by dates because they look kind of interesting. But then I tried it and then I was like, oh, these are actually kind of sweet, you know? So then I bought a whole pack at Costco. Now it's gonna be my like hyperfixation until I get tired of it. But yeah.
You tried one and then just bought a bag.
Yeah, I was like, I'm committed to these now. I hope I don't get tired of them before I finish the pack, you know? But they don't go bad for like a while, like a couple months, so I think I'll be good. Um,
Sorry, Alma, what about you?
This weekend on the theme of Halloween, I baked some pumpkin spice like snickerdoodle cookies.
Hmm.
Um, and that was really fun because I've never like baked something that actually turned out well. Like they either like turn out like severely burnt or like I don't know, like just like not right. But this time they actually came out really well, and I'm gonna send some to my mom for her birthday because her birthday is Halloween. So hopefully she
Oh,
doesn't see this before they get there. But yeah, I'm gonna send them out tomorrow.
that sounds so good, actually.
it really
Like,
Yeah, they were
does.
actually good.
yeah, I love snickerdoodle cookies, so pumpkin spice sounds even better. I'm like,
Like
Mom,
actually,
me too. I'm just kidding.
no, can you make like two, three shipments? Just
Uh,
kidding.
Do you want some?
they
How
honestly
many did
sounds
you
so good.
make?
Wait, it was like last weekend, we baked them. And then like we baked one batch, like me and my boyfriend baked one batch, and then this week, like yesterday, we baked another batch, but we doubled it because we wanted to make a
Mm.
lot to send out. So I we have a lot actually. Like it's so much. Like we were just like big backing. Like yeah, we didn't even finish the ones that we made from last week before we're like, let's make more and double it.
She's like mass production now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like Vanessa's dates, where she's like, she tried one, buys the whole pack, and then like tries baking one cookie, makes like a million. I feel like
Yeah.
we love that. Sorry, something in my eye. Okay, well, thank you everyone for sharing. I feel like everything sounded delicious. So we'll move on to today's episode theme. Today we do have Alma with us. Um, Alma, would you like to talk a little bit about like your experience? Um we can either start with your experience like at the university, or we can focus on your project, and talk a little bit more about like what that's about.
Mhm. I can talk more about my project,
Okay.
because I feel like just like school stuff for the other stuff at Cornell. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically at Cornell, I'm a mechanical engineer and I joined this engineering project team. It's called AguaClara, and we basically develop gravity-powered water treatment facilities that are then installed globally. So we currently have like 26 plants, I think, 26
Oh,
plants
wow.
in I think three different countries. We have a ton in Honduras. We have one in India and then I think one in Nicaragua.
Hmm.
And currently they're making one in also Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
and we we just purify water and then it's delivered to communities. So right now, like our plants all over the world, like they serve about 105K people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's actually
crazy.
so amazing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Another thing that AguaClara does is that every year during the winter break, we send a team of students from AguaClara Cornell to go to Honduras and take like a 2 week long trip around Honduras and visit the different plants and interact with plant operators and also the communities that we serve, to just like gauge how well our technologies are working and like any room for improvements. And that just keeps the process going of like us not only like interacting with the people that we serve and also that work with our technology, but also like getting new ideas for how to improve our projects and stuff like that. So actually
Mm.
this winter I'm super excited because I'm one of the students going to Honduras.
Oh, wow.
Um yeah, so I'm like, I love traveling too. So I'm super excited to just go around and visit and see what's going on with our technologies.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be a great like way to see like how it's being. I mean, not that you don't see how it's being applied, but like, like in a real world like situation or like outside of um, like your university or like what you're working on there. I think that's super cool. So I'm excited for you.
I know,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
You'll have to tell us
Um,
how it goes.
yeah. I actually do have a question about what you just mentioned. So is it like, do people have to like apply to travel or like, is it like a selection process or is it anyone who like wants to go or like how does that work?
I think it's usually like an application process because we do have
Okay.
limited spots. Usually
Yeah.
we send like 10 or 12 people to on this trip.
Hmm.
But I think this semester, because our group is kind of small, because it kind of got shaved down from last semester, um, there wasn't really like an application process. It was just like who's interested, and it was like the right amount of people. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well,
But
cool.
yeah.
What sparked your interest in joining? You said it was a team, right? Or a project team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at Cornell, there's like a lot of project teams that different engineers and like non-engineers can also get interested in and
Hmm.
involved in.
Hmm.
And like it's like a whole application process also. But
Oh.
as soon as I heard about AguaClara, I was like, that's definitely something that I'm really like interested in because not only are you like like having gaining experiences in engineering, but it's also like actively helping a lot of people around the world.
Right.
Um Also, I'm interested in energy too and like sustainability. So the fact that it's like a water treatment facility that doesn't use a single pe like a little bit of electricity,
Hmm.
makes it really like sustainable and like also helps the community wait, like the the facility is geared towards the community so that they can access like the parts and also fix it themselves. So it's like all other than like sustainability, like as in like good for the environment, it's also like self-sustainable and um it like the communities that have them can also like work on them.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice.
What has been like your, I guess your contribution or like your favorite contribution to the team or project?
So my team, so I'm actually the sub-team lead of this sub-team that's called Ram Pump.
Hmm.
And basically what we do is we develop a hydraulic ram pump that doesn't use electricity and just it um takes advantage of water properties and like conservation of energy and fluid dynamics to pump water up in elevation without electricity.
Mm.
So my team actually doesn't deal with any of the water treatment at all. Basically, what we do is after the water is treated, clean water needs to be used to dilute the chemical stock tanks that are used for the treatment process.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's gravity powered, everything like kind of goes down and like further down and down.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you get the clean water, it's already at the basement, and then the start of the process is all the way at the top, and that's where the chemical stock tanks are. So they need clean water. So in order to make it like a closed loop process, we're just building that pump that can pump some of the clean water that we produce to the top of the plant to be used for like diluting the chemicals, but also like helping the plumbing facilities there. So
Yeah.
right now, like what plant operators have to do is that they have to go all the way to the basement and carry like large buckets of water up the stairs up to the top of the chemical stock tanks.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's manual labor that's taking it usually takes like an hour or two out of the plant operator's day. And also it's just very intensive manual labor. So we're trying to make their lives easier.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, how
Well,
are they getting up there? And then you like literally said it. I was like, oh.
um,
Um, oh,
I
go
I
ahead.
also have a question. So,
Mhm.
um, it sounds like this like the project is pretty like developed in multiple locations. Like, is there like if anyone was like interested in finding out more about it or just like interested in the topic, um, like is there a website or like specific articles or something you can tell us like where people can find more information about it?
Yeah, so we have a website. Um, it's just aguaclara.cornell.edu. And yeah, you can find everything on there. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom where we have like our icons, our GitHub is where we post all of our research and every like projects that's ever been done by our team because we want all of our uh, all of our information to be open source because if somebody out there wants to make this technology for themselves or for the community or for a different community, like we're all for that and they can just access it and use our research for good. Actually, there was one guy, I think in the Philippines, that like just took our research and made his like basically replicated it in the Philippines and then he emailed like our founder and was like, "Oh, by the way, like I used your research and we have clean water now."
Oh,
Like something like
wow.
yeah, I don't really know the full story, but I've heard
Mhm.
that's what happened. But yeah, like everything that we do is on the GitHub and yeah, our website is aguaclara.cornell.edu, so you should definitely go check it out. And it's more than just like in Cornell. Like Cornell is just like the students do the research
Mhm.
and then we send our research and our findings to AguaClara Reach, which is I guess just like the main company that doesn't deal with research but actually works with like implementing the
Mm.
technologies.
Okay, that makes sense. Um, I had a question and then I lost it. But thank you for sharing that. That was a good question. Um, what was my question? Oh, um, so you said that you are studying mechanical engineering. So I guess two-part question. Like, would you say that like what you're learning like applies to what you're working on in this project? Like, or like if you like learned what am I trying to say? If you had like learned what you needed like before joining the project, or if you like learned while being a part of the project, and then are there other like engineering majors involved?
Yeah, definitely a lot of it is learning as I'm going
Hmm.
because it's a system that deals with water and I haven't had proper like fluid dynamics education until this semester actually. But
Mm.
definitely like there's a lot of like you can apply what you've already learned. For example, when I joined when I was a sophomore, in my sophomore first semester, I hadn't really taken that much engineering courses, just like kind of like the basic like calculus and multivariable calculus and differential equations, but also like physics and stuff like that. So I was in statics at that time,
Mm.
and I actually felt like so when I joined, it was just me and my sub-team lead, and my sub-team lead was actually a chemical engineer. So I actually got to help out a lot with more of the mechanical aspect of things, like doing stress analysis on one of the pieces in the ram pump.
Hmm.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a lot of like learning. Even now, like even though I'm in in fluid dynamics, I feel like I still don't like f fully know exactly fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a lot of learning. And in terms of other like majors on the team as a whole is larger than just my sub-team, and they also work on like a lot of different projects. So
Mm.
I think the most common majors in our team as a whole is chemical engineering, which makes sense because there's a lot of chemistry involved and also like flow rates and other fluid properties.
Hmm.
So chemical engineering, there's a lot of environmental and sustainability majors.
Yeah.
We also have a team for CS majors who develop a data tracking device for plant operators to use.
Mm.
And yeah, we have like a business team that helps out with getting the word out and just managing aspects of the business side of things. But it's like anyone can join
Yeah.
any major and you'll learn a lot while also being able to apply what you already know.
Okay, cool. So we do have two submitted questions. The first one is, what are your favorite home cooked meals? Um, yeah, I guess we can all say an answer to this one. Anyone can
All,
start.
all
I
of us?
chose. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I don't know if it's like favorite, but right now it's like kind of cold, so I've been thinking of albóndigas, and I haven't made that in a while, so I think that's like the first thing in my head. So I'm just gonna say that for now.
That's actually a good point. I actually I won this like pot, so I feel like maybe I should make that. Or pozole too. Just like all the meals coming for Christmas. Can't wait.
Um, for me, so actually I'm mixed. So my dad is Chinese and my
Hmm.
mom is Spanish and she grew up in the Canary Islands.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I kind of have two answers for both cultures because like at home it's like one day I'll be eating like Chinese food and the next I'll be eating like Spanish food. It's just like definitely like a really good mix of different foods. I would say my favorite home cooked meal are these is this stir-fried eggs and tomato. It's called
Hmm.
番茄炒蛋. Um and like I actually don't really like tomatoes, but like just eating it, it makes me really like it and I miss it so much. And then for Spanish foods, I would say I guess just like a Spanish tortilla.
Mm.
Um I want to make one for a potluck soon, so I hope I can make it as well as my mom does.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like that's like always a challenge. I'm like, I want it to taste like just as good, but we'll see how it goes. Um, okay, so our second and final question is sustainability and equity definitely relate to ethics in engineering. Can you discuss? Um,
Uh,
yeah.
Sorry. So basically I'm passionate about both, or I guess all three, engineering, sustainability, and ethics.
Hmm.
Or sorry, equality. So basically the what I'm really passionate about is environmental justice. Um, so basically, that's the idea that everyone should have equal access to different resources.
Yeah.
And that's not the truth everywhere. Like people don't have access to clean energy or like clean water or clean food or just like stuff like stuff sorry like that.
Hmm.
Um so what I want to do with the work that I hope to grow up and do is just like ensuring that people have equal access to like technology and also water, I guess is what I'm doing right now. But yeah, like
Hmm.
so I hope to work in the energy industry and develop renewable energies and more than just develop them and implement them in like already first world countries where they already have clean and reliable energy. Just like implementing that in underserved communities also, so that we can skip the middle step of like fossil fuels and like other like not sustainable and not safe energy.
Hmm.
So when you think about sustainability, it relates to equity in the sense that like things that aren't sustainable are harmful not just to the environment, but just to people's health too. So, in making sure that they have renewable energies and also clean water and stuff like that, it gives them the ability to live like everybody else and
Right.
not have to stress about things like, can I get clean water and like, can I have good, like, reliable electricity today?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's super important and like really amazing. I feel like just engineering in general, I feel like a lot of people forget about the ethics. Not just like in environmental, but just like, as a whole, like different disciplines. So I think like doing your part in like using engineering, actually like using it for good and not just like, saying like, yeah, like let's use engineering for good, is something important, and I'm glad that, that's something that you're pursuing. Um, but yeah, Vanessa, do you have anything else to add?
No, I mean, I completely agree. I think sometimes like people join like or get a job in like engineering and then they lose sight of that we can use our knowledge for good. And yeah, I feel like we should all just have our morals in a good place. But
Yeah.
that doesn't always happen and I can't control other people. But yeah, I know when I like initially talked to Alma, I was like, oh my God, I love this girl's brain. So yeah, I'm glad to have you on as
Yeah.
a guest.
Yeah, and I mean, I think like we also try to have people on our podcast who like align with like, our best to align with like our morals and like things that we believe in terms of like engineering. Like, everyone can be a good engineer, but like using, like what are you doing with engineering? You know? We do actually have an episode on ethics and engineering. So if you haven't listened to that, please check that out. But I'm glad that we have Alma here um for this episode as well. Um, Alma, do you have anything else that you wanna like add, either related to um this question or just today's theme, or anything in general, before we close out?
Um, hmm. I guess like I kind of want to talk about like what I want to do like
Mm.
in the future. Like I
Okay.
know I said like renewable energies and stuff like that,
Hmm.
but what I'm really interested is in kinetic energy harvesting devices. Have you
Okay.
guys heard about those?
No. Vanessa, have you?
No, sorry.
Okay.
They're like it's like that's like fine. They're like it's like a new like technology that's kind of coming out. It's like very newly developing. So I think so what I really like about it, it's just the idea that kinetic energy is everywhere. and we should harness that to generate electricity. So like opening a door, the act of it swinging on its hinges can generate electricity, and like even like turning a doorknob, just like there's movement everywhere and we always exert energy on things. So we should like harness that for power generation. Um, like for example, in Japan, I think they developed these floor tiles that when you step on them, they like move downwards a little bit, like just like a little bit, and it's able to like generate so much electricity. And I think in France, they did this where the subway like turnstiles, when you like scan your ticket in to go into the train,
Hmm.
those things when they turn, it's generating electricity now, and it's generating enough electricity to like power the whole like subway station, I think is what they
Oh,
said. Or
wow.
like a whole city. So
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And yeah, just like developing those kinds of like electricities would be really fun too. Just figuring out how like when something moves, how can I generate the most electricity from this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that has like really like a lot of potential.
Yeah. I I was gonna say I think so too. And then like what else do I have to add? But but I think I also heard about the tiles thing or like the floor. I don't know when, but I also thought that that was like super cool. Um so that's really cool that's what you want to do. Well, thank you everyone for listening. If you're still listening, feel free to visit our website. Follow us on social media. We do have an Instagram and a TikTok. Take a look at some like snippets of our previous episodes. Our all of our episodes are uploaded on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So check out any other episodes on there. But yeah, if there's nothing else, Vanessa, are you ready to close?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, bye.
Bye.